Hi folks, how you doing? Welcome back, day 19. So good morning Bridget and Sid and Hayley. And whoever else is on there, because my scroll button's now not working, so I'm going to leave it alone. I hope you're all doing super well, and well done for getting to day 19. And as promised, I'm not going to be teaching you any more movements today. Think about what you've achieved so far, especially if you have never done Qigong before or have not learnt these particular movements before. Look at where you've come in just a short amount of time. Not just learning about the Qigong movements, the choreography of this beautiful form, but also how to sink your mind into your body, how to engage your body, move your body safely, correctly, to move in such a way that your body gains the confidence to be moved again, especially for those of you who have health conditions that you've been dealing with for some time. We need to regain that confidence. It's a bit like falling off a bike. That, you know, we're so used to doing something automatically, it's not until that we fall off and we're sort of in two minds whether to get back on it again. But we all know as adults, actually the best thing to do is get back on the bike straight away. But it does knock your confidence a bit when you have a bit of a wobble. And I hope that by doing Qigong in such a way that you listen to your body, you become your inner doctor. The 70% rule or lower is always applied. So even this past 19 days, some of you have had slips, falls, you've had some yo-yo moments, we'll call them, in your health, up and down, but yet you've still been able to participate in some way, whether that will be physically or mentally through the visual meditations, which so many of you commented on, and how powerful they really are. You've learned how to breathe. And when you move in rhythm with your breath, when you feel and notice and are conscious of every single inhale and exhale you take throughout your waking day, it makes you appreciate and go a little slower, and it makes you enhance that moment. And if you do it regularly, you're enhancing your everyday. And you do it 2-3 days, you're enhancing half your week. You do it for a week, you're enhancing your week, and so on and so forth. So this week, there's been a lot of movement, there's been a lot of technical stuff, and especially in the last movement that I've shared with you, the cow gaze at the moon, there's quite a bit of coordination involved. Now please, please, please remember that it's not about perfecting these movements, it's just about understanding how to do them and gradually work towards doing what you can with them. Some days are going to be better than others, and that's fine. You know, the point of creating a habit, the point of establishing something that is nurturing for you. And this week I asked you, midweek it was, I asked you just to take a few moments and give how you're feeling in that moment a quality, a word. And many of you added to the live chat, buzzing, calm, alive, were several words that I remember being used. So I ask you, if that's how you felt doing your Qigong, or when you do your Qigong, why not do it every day? If it makes you feel alive and calm and well and joyous and happy, or whatever it makes you feel, why not practice feeling that way all the time? The moment we create an excuse not to do our Qigong, and it might be something else we enjoy doing, but remember, Qigong is there for your mind and your body. It needs to reset, and it needs to reset regularly. Many of us have mobile phones. In fact, this morning, my one was playing up. And when I looked into my phone, why it was just being so slow, I looked at what had open. And there were loads of apps that I've been looking at and my little boy's been using for whatever it may be. And I looked at the weather and my emails or whatever it may be on my phone, and they all stayed open. And it just got to the point where my phone just said, I can't do this anymore, you've got too much open. And this is a phone that's made to work that way. Just like ourselves, we can't go through day upon day taking in all that information, all the stuff of our lives, and then adding it onto the next day, that next week, that month, until a holiday comes along, for instance, or a weekend even. And we think, it's all right, I can rest at the weekend. And we push ourselves right to the weekend. And the weekend comes, and actually, we've got all the housework to do. We've got to do the shopping, or you want to fit this in, a walk or a longer walk because it's the weekend, and that's what you do at the weekend. But then come Sunday evening, Monday morning, you're shattered still because you actually haven't had a break. And then bank holiday weekend comes along and you think, great, I've got an extra day here, but you push it even more because you've got an extra day. Or we wait for the holiday. I've got a week off, 10 days off, 2 weeks off if you're lucky enough to have a holiday, and you just get into your holiday to come out to the other side of your holiday, and you finish your holiday thinking, wow, I'm shattered, I need a holiday to recover. We need to reset regularly. And that's so important for our mind and our body. So important to reset, to take time out to nurture yourself. Remember, treat yourself as you would treat a good friend or family member that needs your help. You wouldn't hesitate at helping them. You would not hesitate. You would drop everything to help someone in need. Give yourself the courtesy of treating yourself that way as well. Reset often, feel alive often, practice your Qigong often, and if you end up making excuses or reasons why you can't do your qigong, or there's something better that's got in the way of today, and I'll put that off, or because I enjoy this as well, so I'm not going to do. As soon as you've done it once, it will be really easy to put it off again and again and again and again. So just don't put it off. Say, no, I'm not going to put this off. And even if you come to remember, do qigong just for 5-10 minutes, you'll end up probably doing more, but 5-10 minutes is better than doing nothing. It keeps that habit going. So we've learnt Wu Qi, that stance, but that way of being, that connecting to your three treasures. We've learnt how to stand correctly, adjust our posture, use our thighs, deep root ourselves deep into the earth, to ground ourselves when we're feeling overwhelmed. We've learnt Yi Dao, Qi Dao. Sink your mind into your body, and where your mind goes, your qi follows. Your inner ocean will follow your mind, just like you all realized when you were doing those visual meditations and you sensed, you detected some sort of inner movement even without moving. We've learnt about the candle, the Jing, Qi and Shen, your essence, your life force, your spirit, and how that replicates the candle that we need to keep reinforcing the wax and the wick of the candle in order for the flame to glow, in order for that glow to become radiant. We've learnt yawning armpits. We've learnt about the Kwa. And we've learnt how to swim through thick air. We've learnt how to move our body so that we are puppets and we take all of our joints off lock. And we've learnt Ting, the practice of noticing through all of your senses. So well done you for taking all this on board and practicing. And with the warm-ups, we have learnt not only the stand, we've learnt the slosh, we've learnt the first swing and the second swing. Next week we are going to continue that and learn the third swing, but the important thing is the form that I'm teaching. So the warm-ups, they'll come, that's fine. But with the form, you have learnt 8 movements. There's only 9 to learn. Don't worry, I know we've still got some time left, and it's how we're going to deepen your experience with the movements that you've learnt already. So what I'd like to do now is do a visual meditation of you doing the form, all 8 movements. Now I recommend that you can do this seated or standing. It's entirely up to you. I'm actually going to do this seated, and because for the rest of the class we're going to be standing until the live chat at the end. That's if it's working. So get yourselves nice and comfortable, please. You know, a very quick story. A student who was really tall, a really gentle giant of a man. Huge. I mean, I'm 6'2" and he towered me, both widthways and height. He went on holiday, this is a few years ago now, and booked the wrong flight seat. He usually books a seat where there's extra leg room because he's particularly tall. So he was cramped up right in the corner like this for quite a few hours in this flight. And through the entire flight, because of the cramping, he couldn't move. And he had health conditions which sort of made him a bit anxious, not being able to move and stretch his legs to get his blood flowing. He practiced the form that I was teaching as we're doing now, the visual meditation. And he could not wait to tell me that when he got to his destination abroad, he actually messaged me and said, this is what I did. And he said it just worked amazingly well, that he could feel that movement. I think he suffered from DVT. And it just helped him. It helped to move his blood. So it's a powerful tool. So let's settle ourselves in, whether you're sitting or standing. Thumbs in the palms of your hands, should you wish. Connect your three treasures. Your feet, not just on the ground, but embedded in the ground. It doesn't mean you push hard. You use your mind to send your roots into the earth. Your helium balloon lifts, drop your chin in slightly, lift your spine, your piece of string. We're just going to do a few of each movement with our mind, and then we're going to get up and we're going to go through the warm-ups and the form physically. So tune into your breath for a moment. And as you breathe, you move. Your breathing creates the movement in your mind. So let's compress the pearl. Breathing in, your hands part and expand. Breathing out, they come inward. Into movement 2, flying hands. Breathing in, your hands float up, bend your elbows to your shoulder neck. As you breathe out, they gently fly away. And next time you exhale, the hands come down between your feet. Into movement 3, peacock fans its tail. Breathing in, open your arm. Breathing out, come back to where you started. Time, your hands come outward. On your inhale, turn your palms, hang out like a T. Into movement 4, uphold the moon. C-shape with the spine. Next time the hands come down either side of you, we sink a little, create that micro squat. Into movement 5, swimming dragon. One palm up, one palm down. Separate your hands up and down. Visualizing the connection, the elastic dough. Hands come back into the center. Turn your hands vertically, separate them. Into movement 6, diagonal fly. Gentle slosh. Turn your foot out with your hand. Part your hand diagonally. Bring your foot back in, hands back in to the center. Slosh in the opposite direction, very lightly. Move your foot, your other hand, diagonally fly. Breathing into the center. And breathing out as you diagonally fly. And we come back to the center. We slowly the hands lower. Shift your weight, widen your stance. Let your hands turn, float out to the sides for movement 7, rainbow dance. Now, as we're doing this visually, we can all do the full version of the rainbow dance. One hand above the head, the other hand bowed out, palm facing up to the side, looking in the direction the fingers are pointing. And the body is bowed in the opposite direction. Breathing in, your hands come up above your head, body straighten. Breathing out, we bow and create the rainbow in the other direction. In, center, straighten. Out, bow. When your hands come above your head, as they slowly come down, shift your weight one side, bring your other foot back in for a normal hip width stance. Good. Your palms turn, face the body, bend your elbows, palms coming up, creating a closed window. Palms rise up to your face, using your imaginary rectangle of the torso, so the shoulder nests and the kwa, turn to one side. And as you do, turn your palms, open your window and extend through your arms as you gently turn the torso, shoulders, arms, head, neck connected, moving as one piece. Come back to the center, closing your window, bringing your hands closer to your face. Gently turn with the kwa to the other direction. Open your window, extend your arms. Back to the center on your inhale. Exhale, gently turn. Wonderful. Back to the center. Lower your hand. And when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, please open your eyes. Notice how you feel. Give it a quality. Good. A little shakeout. Well done. So, I hope that was as enjoyable for you as it was for me. And I will say that the visual meditation is not a replacement to the physical Qigong. It's an addition to. You can do it at any time, especially if you find trouble sleeping, or you just fancy just repeating and practicing and training. But we try and do the physical form every day. I use the analogy of a tangled necklace. If you imagine, you know, we've all got mentioned this story to some of you before. We've all got the drawers where we just dump. It's the rubbish drawer. It's that I don't know where to put this, so I'm just going to put it in that drawer. I'm sure we've all got at least one of those drawers, if not a full sideboard of them. And for some reason, if we've got a necklace and we don't know where to put it and it ends up in that drawer and we don't see the necklace for years, and one day we take the necklace out of the drawer and we're not touched it, but somehow it's tangled. I'd like you to hold that tangled necklace in your hand now, please, literally with me. You've got one end, the other end, and you've got this tangled knot in the necklace. How would you undo that knot? Would you pull both ends? No, I'm guessing, because you know that's going to make the knot tighter. So some people in the past have said they'll get a pin and they'll get into the knot and they'll undo it. I personally, when I've done this before, is got the knot between my fingers and very lightly maneuvered it in different directions until it loosens. But it has to happen in all directions because it's all knotted in different directions. So we have to undo it in different directions. And then as soon as you get one little piece that comes loose, you slowly start to pull it out. And that helps to loosen the rest of the knot. And then we've got the straight necklace again. And it's very similar to our bodies. That if they just sit idly, just like the necklace sits idly in the bottom of the drawer, it will just tighten and it will get locked. And in order to unlock it and to keep it unlocked, we need to keep moving it. We need to keep oscillating it. We need to move it in omnidimensional movement, varied movement, just so that we can undo the knots. So that's why it's so important to keep the physical aspect going of your Qigong, as well as maintaining the base of your candle and your wick for your life force, your Qi and your spirit to shine through. So let's do some of that practical now. Get yourselves in a position, whether you're sitting or standing, wear that smile. Good. Okay, so feet hip width apart. Remember, if there's a part of your body that you want to work on in particular, you can touch it, you can tap it, just to bring awareness to that area. Good. Standing off, locking Wu Qi. Connect your three treasures. Send your roots deep down. Prioritize your grounding. Literally, that keeps you grounded. And slowly start to connect through your body, through your head into the heavens. Yawning armpits just by turning your elbows out. Breathe. Breathe in through your nose, down deep into your belly. And as you breathe in through the nose, notice the corners of the air touch the rims of your nostrils. Feel the corners of the air come up through your nose and fill your body, your belly. Breathe back out. Notice how the air has been warmed by your body. Ting. Listen with your mind, your sensitivity. Allow the sounds to come to you rather than searching for the sounds. Notice. Good. Ease into a gentle shake. If you're sitting down, limb by limb. If you're standing, use your thighs, the belly. Let the arms just hang. Smile. Let your breath be audible as you shake out that stagnant air. Remember, you can tilt to the sides to get into the shoulders. Not too much. Remember, you don't want to lean. You just want the body just to slightly tilt. Good. Forward. Now as you go forward, look down a little bit. Relax all the muscles in your face and let the shake wobble your cheeks. Good, and up again. And slow it down, and we're going to transition by just widening our stance into the slosh. Notice, feel any sensation. Yi Dao, Qi Dao. Where your mind goes, your inner ocean follows. a wave-like motion, a ripple through your body. Try and connect with your spine. Good. And with the slosh, with every ebb and flow, we're going to gently, carefully and slowly bring our feet back in for a normal start. Good. And from the lower dantian, we swing. Keep your knees pointing forward. Don't overswing. Just let the arms hang, wrap around you. If you can. If you can't, it doesn't matter. Just let the arms hang. Wonderful. Good. And then we're going to go into swing two. So we're going to open up from the quad. We'll turn the leg out from the quad. Being sure to keep your knees pointing in the direction of your toes. Good, well done. And bring your feet back to the center, pointing forward. Gently bring that swing to a standstill, back into Wu Chi. Notice Ting. Let your hands float out in front of you. Discover, feel your Chi. And using your breath, always using your breath, we start to move, compressing the pearl. Breathe in, breathe out. Follow the rhythm of your breathing. Swimming through the thick air. Puppet joint. And let's transition. Movement 2. Turn palms, bend elbows, flying hands. In and out. time your hands fly away, fingers point down in between your feet, ready to go into movement 3, Peacock fans his tail. Breathe in, breathe out. Next time your hands come out and your palms, let them come down into movement 4. Bend knees, tuck under, create the bow with your spine, lift, uphold the moon, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. Next time the hands come down, the body sinks a little, if you're able to, into movement 5, swimming dragon, one palm up, down, separate the dough, make that connection, that elastic connection. Feel the elasticity and return back to its normal, original shape, and then gently lengthen the dough. Good. Bring your hands back in to the center. Turn them horizontally, vertically. Separate. Slosh. Diagonally sweep with your foot. Back to the center. Foot comes back. Back to the vertical. Connect before you move. Slosh. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. Hands down. Widen your stance. This is the rainbow dance, so you only bring your arms to a position that you're comfortable to. Just a few of these. Breathe in. Breathe out. And in. Out. Good. Back up to the center, above your head. Slowly down. So we slosh, so we can bring the empty foot back in. Good. Newest movement. Movement 8. Hands come up, bend elbows. This is the closed window. Using your quad to turn your imaginary rectangle. Open your window, extend your arm. Come back to the center. Other side. Don't over twist, don't overturn. Breathe in as you come back to the center. Breathe out. In and out. In, out. Remember, as you breathe out from your shoulders. Relax the tension in your shoulders, soften it with your exhale. Good. Once more. And back. Down. Narrow stance if you're comfortable to. And let's close. Nice long extended inhale. Extended exhale, sinking your mind into your lower dantian. And close. Thank you. Well done. Very well done. So we're going to go and do, if we can, live chat. I'm not convinced that my scroll or chat is working, as many of you have experienced. And no, it's not. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that with you today. It's just one of those things. With regards to this weekend's practice, set yourself up to win. I would recommend you do your Qigong as early as you can so you don't make excuses, or excuses don't happen during the course of the day so you can't do it. Set yourself a time, stick to the time. Tell other people that you're going to be doing your Qigong. So if they do ask you about it, you're accountable for it. So that's harder for you to not do it. By all means, use your muscle memory and what you've remembered. Alternatively, go back into the catch-up and have a look at the classes. That's what they're there for. You're not expected to remember everything yourself. The classes are there. Go and enjoy them and follow them, or parts of them. Enjoy your practice. Remember how it makes you feel. And why wouldn't you do that? And why wouldn't you want to feel like that every day? One of the other beauties of Qigong is that when you practice it, it naturally filters everything that's going through your mind. And somehow you end up creating more space in your day after you've done your practice, because you've sort of filtered what you need to prioritize, what you need to do, what you don't need to do, and it just sorts it all out for you. And again, why wouldn't you want your mind to be sorted out? So I wish you all a fabulous weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on class 22, and we'll be exploring the Heavenly Archer, Movement 9. But until then, look after yourselves, look after each other. See you soon. Bye-bye.